All right, so we're live. We're live. What's good, guys? What's good?
How you doing?
How you guys doing? I know that it's gonna take at least a minute for y'all to get in here. There were people up at 1 in the morning last night waiting for this live chat right now. So I appreciate the dedication. Um, so here we are, and we'll wait at least a minute before we get started. So I see you guys are walking in here. What's up, Michael Johnson? What's up? We're just gonna wait a little bit before we get started. Here you see my partner in crime here. I see a lot of you guys getting in here. Uh, the chat room's coming. We'll start in the 1 minute mark, obviously. You guys know my philosophy. I always start in the 1 minute mark. I'm alright, I'm alright. Thank you for asking. I'm alright. What's good, Nitty G? I'm alright. So in the 1 minute mark, we'll start. And salute, salute. I hope everybody's
Salute.
good. Alright, so let's get started. So I'll start with a question with you. I'll start with a question. First question. Um, the Golden State Warriors, are they gonna win the next game?
Yes, they are. They're going to win the next game. As Kyle Lowry himself said, he plays better on the road than at home. So I'm not expecting Kyle Lowry to drop 20-something points. I'm expecting the Warriors to come with it. DeMarcus Cousins to play a bit better. Draymond Green to really talk to Curry. I'm not expecting Curry to have an off game again. So yes, I give the Warriors this W.
Here's my issue. Here's my issue with that. Do you really believe that Draymond Green's gonna talk to Stephen Curry and have a positive conversation? I just don't see that happening, man. I don't see Draymond Green talking to Stephen Curry and having a positive conversation. I don't see that happening. For everybody that's saying hi to me, God bless you all. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. But again, I don't see Stephen Curry having a good game, especially if Draymond Green's gonna end up talking to this guy. I don't see it happening.
No, I think Draymond always talks to whoever. I think Draymond's the type who always talks to people, and I don't think it needs to be a positive conversation to get results. It can be a very negative conversation, but I just think he's going to hit the right button with Steph, or Steph is just going to have a good game.
Listen, man, Kevin Durant is leaving. Y'all make sure to drop a like. I see some of y'all coming in here. Kevin Durant is leaving. I really, really believe that Kevin Durant is leaving, especially if the Golden State Warriors lose. If the Golden State Warriors lose, not only do you prove Draymond Green wrong if you're Kevin Durant, not only do you prove him wrong, but you get to leave. You get to leave.
Look at what he said. Everything mobile. He thinks KD's staying because of what Green said, but that they're not winning right now.
Well, why would Kevin Durant stay if the Warriors end up losing? If the Warriors end up losing, that means Draymond Green was wrong. That means that Draymond Green was wrong. You don't want to stay. Why would you stay? That doesn't make any sense. Leave. If I'm Kevin Durant, I'm leaving. Because that means that this team can't win without me. And Draymond Green said that, what did Draymond Green say again? He said, we won without you. Basically saying that we don't need you. But here's the disrespect. I actually looked this up. Did you know that the owner of the Golden State Warriors, he made a joke and said, Stephen Curry's our guy, Kevin Durant just joined the ride? The disrespect, man. Nobody respects Kevin Durant in that organization. Just, you have to swipe up or down. So, he said that Nike just confirmed that he will stay. I'm sorry, but you don't have proof for that. If you're going to say something, I need proof. Kawhi's going to hit a game winner. Raptors are winning game 5 in overtime. The next season, you know what I think is going to happen? This is what I think is going to happen. The Golden State Warriors are going to come through, right? They're going to come through. How you doing? Who's calling? What's up? I'm back. Good to see you guys.
How you doing, Sam?
So listen. Oh, and Draymond Green called him a B word. But let me tell you guys this, man. The Warriors are going to come and they're going to try to knock out the Raptors. The Raptors are going to absorb the punch and then they're going to win. That's what I think is going to happen. Because I feel like the Warriors don't play good when their backs are on the wall. They depended too much on Kevin Durant. And Klay Thompson is holding his own. People said, this is what people said. People said that when Klay Thompson was going to come back, from his little injury with the hamstring, people said that the Golden State Warriors were going to win. But what ended up happening? What ended up happening?
Yeah.
There we go. So what ended up happening as we adjust the screen? Can you guys hear us okay for the most part? How sturdy is that thing, man?
No, it's cool. This is sturdy. It's just...
Okay. There we go. So as you guys, KD's questionable for Game 5. That's what they're saying. Some guy said Warriors can't battle under pressure.
Y'all making a movie?
Nah, it's a live stream.
I
bro.
just thought I thought one was interviewing the other. No, that's what it looked like.
Nah, we're in a live stream right now, bro. It's all right, brother. It's okay, bro. It's okay.
See, what did they say?
Yeah,
Warriors
man.
can't handle the pressure.
Yeah, Warriors can't battle the pressure. Hold it down for a little bit, Aaron. Go ahead.
Okay. Warriors have been doing this for a while, so I wouldn't say they can't handle the pressure because
Yo, bro, I love you, man.
they've been expected to
Yeah,
make
bro.
the finals every
I love
year
you.
for the last 3-4 years. So they've been doing what they expected to do. Winning it is a different matter, but saying they can't handle the pressure, they've been dealing with the pressure the whole.
Agreed. No, they've been dealing with pressure. I got to give it to you. But here's the situation that I don't agree with.
Okay.
When people say that the Warriors can handle the pressure because they beat OKC, because people say that. People have said that the Warriors beat OKC when they were down 3-1. But at that point, who do you guys trust in the clutch? Would you trust Kevin Durant or would you trust Kawhi Leonard? I trust Kawhi Leonard. You see what I'm saying? There's a
Yeah.
difference here.
All right, but Kawhi Leonard doesn't have Westbrook on his team either. So
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good point. But are you gonna blame a 3-1 blow on Westbrook? I can listen.
I didn't say West. It's both of them, but that's my thing. Kawhi, they can blow this lead because Kawhi doesn't have that second superstar or that second star.
I mean, here's my thing. I agree with what you're saying. They don't have a star. They don't. But Siakam is actually stepping it up. Marc Gasol is a star. Was a star.
Was.
Serge Ibaka, an all-star, I believe. Did Serge Ibaka make an all-star team? I don't recall. Somebody fact-check that for me.
No, Serge didn't.
Serge never made an all-star. But Serge is a stud.
Serge is a star.
Yeah, and Kyle Lowry made an all-star game.
Mm-hmm.
So they have guys. Listen, man, the Raptors have pieces and they have guys. I also realize there's
Colin said he's pulling up in Manhattan. Okay.
So you're gonna pull up in Manhattan? All right, we're actually in Times Square in 51st Street, West 51st Street. If you catch us here, we'll take pictures or whatever, as a lot of you guys do when you see me. We'll be here for a little bit. If you happen to catch us here, then we'll be here. West 51st Street. So for those of you guys that have been wanting to haunt me down and beat me up, I am in Manhattan. So he was never an all-star. No, Kyle. So yeah, Serge Ibaka was never an all-star. But the point here is that the Raptors do have the sufficient pieces, I believe, to hold it down. Gasol's not the man anymore. We all know that.
Yeah.
Gasol's not the man. But listen, man, let's be honest. Gasol is not a scrub either.
No, he's not. Not at all. But at this point, he doesn't have another non-role player other than maybe Siakam, maybe Lowry, but it's really Kawhi and role players. So it's not that Kawhi is going to crumble. I just don't think he'll have enough support to withstand what Golden State's going to throw at him.
Oh no, and Golden State will throw a lot. Golden State's going to throw their whole behind because Golden State has to play like their lives depend on it. Now we're going to ask the chat. Everybody in the chat, let me ask you guys a question. Will Golden State beat the Raptors? Yes or no? You guys can let us know right now.
For tomorrow or period?
For tomorrow.
Raptors in 5. Okay, so Neil's saying no. All right. No. Okay, I'll give you this, right? All of you guys saying this. I did say Steph is going to be the reason, but KD can win. I mean, not KD, Klay Thompson can win games also. We were just talking about how the Warriors came back from 3-1 against the Thunder. I don't know if a lot of you realize this, but it was Klay got hot. That's how they came back in one of the games. Clay got really hot. Steph was struggling a bit, and Clay got hot, and they came back. So Clay can win them games also.
But that's my issue with Klay Thompson. I love Klay Thompson, and you're 100% correct. I can't disagree with you when you talk about Klay Thompson. I can't. Klay Thompson is going to get his. That's expected. My issue is, and here's my issue, Klay Thompson can give you 30, and the Warriors still managed a way to lose. And that's my issue here. How is it that you're Klay Thompson and you still manage a way to lose? Yeah, make sure to drop a like, by the way.
That's true, but I'm saying Clay can go out and get 50.
You think so?
Clay can go out and get 50. When Clay gets hot, if he has one of his third quarters where he gets hot, Clay can go out, drop 50 light.
Somebody just said that Kawhi Leonard will not allow Klay Thompson to score 50. Let me ask you guys a question. And here's a very serious question. You guys seem so confident that the Raptors are going to win. What makes you so confident that the Raptors are going to win? What pieces from the Raptors make you comfortable where you can say, okay, if Kawhi Leonard has a decent game, they still have so on and so forth? For me, it's Marc Gasol. I look at Kawhi Leonard and I go, Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka. Somebody said, this is a good point. Somebody said the Raptors have a bench. That's true.
Yeah, they have a bench, but my point is, you're relying on a bench to do what stars do. That can happen. Benches may wilt under the pressure. That's why true. Benches. They say role players don't perform well on the road. They've done that now, but that's without expectations. Nobody expected them to win game 3 and 4. They did that against. Now people are expecting them to win game 5. When expectations happen, as Stephen A. Smith says, palms get sweaty.
Palms get sweaty, butt cheeks get tight, man. That's what Stephen A. Smith says. When the butt cheeks get tight, man, who's gonna come out and perform? I will tell you this: the Raptors can play defense. Van Vliet, excellent defense. And so when you look at it that way, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing this game, man. A lot of you guys believe that the Raptors are gonna win, and for that reason, man, I gotta tell you guys, it's gonna be crazy. It's really, really gonna be crazy. You got a guy here that responded. He said, defense, Siakam, Ibaka, Marc Gasol, Kyle Lowry, Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green. Complete defensive chemistry wins championships. And the Raptors do have chemistry.
Okay.
Now, honestly, and this is my honest opinion, I think it should be 3-0 right now. I don't think that
you got a point.
The Warriors won that game.
You have a point.
Because of a miracle shot from Iguodala.
No, I wouldn't say it, because they went on. If they did, they were already up a lot during that period. It's just they couldn't score in the last few minutes. So they were up by 10. They just wasn't hitting baskets. So yes, they had a great shot by Iguodala, but that's what he does. Like, he's been doing this long enough that we should know that's what he does. Big game shots, he hits them. Big game free throws, he hits them.
Exactly. Yeah, I got to tell you guys, man, it's gonna be interesting. Now let's have a discussion about this, because now I want to really, really focus on this. This is what I really want to focus on. Kevin Durant, if he leaves Golden State, somebody said that Curry isn't good under pressure.
So in the playoffs, he hasn't always performed under pressure. I totally agree with you. But he has done before. On the 7-3-9 season, Curry was hitting a lot of game winners. You remember that pull-up he had on the Thunder where he pulled up from half? He had how many threes in the fourth quarter? So Steph plays under pressure. He doesn't always do it. He's not consistent under pressure like Kawhi, but he does perform sometimes under pressure.
Yeah.
And Sam, I love you, Sam, but Iguodala, he always hits those type of shots. So saying his shot was lucky, you can't say somebody's consistently lucky. After a while, you got to say, hey, this person has skill. And in that time, that's what he does.
Here's my issue with Iguodala. I think that the shot was lucky considering the fact that he was hurt. That's what I personally think. Because Iguodala is not playing 100%. So had it been him at 100%, I don't think that it would have been considered a lucky shot. But due to the fact that this man's walking on one leg, that's the issue. And I'm not necessarily agreeing with you, Sam, so don't thank me either, because the man hits them shots. So I'm only partially agreeing, because the man hits those shots. The man hits daggers. but the man's a little hurt.
So speaking of injury, right? We've been talking about the Warriors' injuries a little bit, but nobody's talking about Kawhi. Kawhi's been playing well, but what usually happens with injury, you get worse after time. So Kawhi maybe he'll run out of gas because he's been dealing with this injury since what, the Sixers series?
He's been dealing with an injury since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so eventually those injuries build up. So you never know what may be, and I hope this isn't true, but you never know when Kawhi just can't do what he usually can do because he's performing against this injury right now.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because Kawhi Leonard is actually going through a procedure where he can't even do shoot-arounds, really. He has to go to the back, the doctors take care of him, then he's able to come out and play. So it's like he's doing work on his body around the clock, which is very interesting because the man is not 100%. But then again, we have to look at the situation where the Raptors are a very good team. And if Kawhi Leonard does come 60%, I think that the Raptors, if people play up to par and they don't choke, because Kyle Lowry doesn't have a very good reputation with playing to the back on his wall. And if Kyle Lowry decides to choke, this can go 7.
So what you think about this, right? We're saying, what if the Warriors win this game? Do you think the Raptors are more likely to lose because now the pressure really builds on them? Because 3-1 and then going 3-2, then your back gets you said people choke when their back's against a wall. We know the Raptors have choked in the past. Do you think the pressure builds to the point where you're more likely to say, you know what, the Warriors are going to win this if they win this game?
Here's the situation, and here's my response to that. The question was, if the Raptors lose this game, is the pressure on the Raptors? I don't think so, and I'm going to tell you why. Kawhi Leonard is very, very mellow. Kawhi Leonard has, for whatever reason, this man doesn't play scared. Kawhi Leonard never chokes. Leonard never chokes. And it seems like because he doesn't choke, it rubs off on the rest of the guys. DeRozan used to choke. And when your leader's a choke job, when your leader's choking and everybody looks at the leader choking up, everybody panics. But when you have a guy like Kawhi Leonard who's mellow, first of all, let me tell you guys something. Had it been any other player...
Ooh, I like somebody's comment.
What?
Yeah. No, Sam. Exactly. I don't think Kawhi's going to choke. I think that pressure is going to hit everybody else in Toronto, and they're going to choke.
But here's my point.
Maybe not everyone, but enough people are going to choke where they're not going to win. If they lose this game, tomorrow it's going to be really, you're going to start seeing people choking.
Here's my point, though, man. Here's my point, and I agree with that. But here's an interesting fact. You look at Kawhi Leonard, and you look at the rest of these guys, and there's more comments over here. But
yeah, I agree with you, Ryoko.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is here, look, Kawhi Leonard might not choke, and the rest of the guys might choke, or whatever the case. But I don't know what Kawhi Leonard has been doing with this team, because here was my initial point. When the Bucks were up 2-0, had that been DeRozan, it would have been a sweep. Do you guys agree with me? Had the Bucks been up 2-0 against DeRozan instead of Leonard, would this have been a sweep or not? But when they had Leonard, they were down 2-0 and they won 4 straight. So the fact that Leonard is there as a leader, I think that it's going to calm guys down. Now, to your point, if they lose this game at home and they lose at the Warriors could very much gain momentum.
Yeah.
So this is the game where you want to shut these guys down. You don't want to risk a game 7. You don't want to risk a game 6. Do it now. Now, Kevin Durant's not going to come back even if it's a game 7.
Yep.
Jalen Rose said he saw him practicing and he looked terrible. But anyways.
I don't think they would have gotten swept if DeRozan was playing. And I think one of the not problems, but the issue with his game that makes it harder for him in the playoffs. In the playoffs, the spacing gets tighter, especially when you're not a shooter. You're not able to get to the lane as much, and he's a driver / shooting a mid-jumper. So in the playoffs, when people cut out that space, he's not like Steph. He's not like Kawhi, who can go out to the three-point line and create more space. No, people know where he's going to operate, so the game gets tougher for him. I don't think it's as much about choking as is his game isn't always conducive to the playoffs because the lack of spacing.
Listen, here's what I will say. Somebody responded and said,
Ooh.
I got a response.
Okay,
Did
yeah.
the Rosen's team beat the Bucks already? Is that the one you're
Yeah,
talking about? The Rosen's team beat the Bucks already, but that's not the scenario I'm talking about. The scenario I'm talking about is being down 2-0 against this Bucks team, against Giannis this season, against MVP Giannis. That's what I'm talking about. Because Kawhi Leonard took the role to guard Giannis. DeRozan wouldn't have been able to guard Giannis. So that's where I shut that down. So that theory shut down. We're moving on. Somebody said DeRozan sucks.
You can't say that. You can't say an all-star sucks. You can say, oh, other people are better than him, other people, but you can't say an all-star sucks. That's just not facts.
DeRozan actually did pretty good in the Spurs, taking the Nuggets to a 7-game series.
Yeah, exactly.
So I wouldn't want to say that he sucks, but that's that. Last topic, we got one more topic in us. You guys can ask us a question, and we'll move on. So whatever topics you guys have, you guys feel free to ask. DeRozan, Harden, and Westbrook are playoff chokers. That's what somebody said. The Lakers should trade the 4th pick for DeRozan. What do you think? What do you guys think about that? Should the Lakers trade the 4th pick for DeRozan?
I think the Lakers need another shooter.
Oh yeah.
They need a spacer.
Somebody says salute from Paris. I don't know if you know anybody.
Oh, Paris?
Yeah.
Bonjour.
I don't speak French, but I hope my English is clear enough. Somebody said hell no. People are saying no, that they should not trade DeRozan for the 4th pick.
No.
Why would you get... The Lakers have a lot of issues. Why would you trade for a person that can't shoot? When the biggest issues with the Lakers is that they can't shoot.
But what do you think? Do you think maybe this year he's going to work on his shooting?
Some guy said, yes, sir, bonjour. Somebody said DeRozan's mid-range is good.
No, his mid-range is good, but the issue is in the playoffs, they take people. Your driving lane gets taken away, and mid-range they push up on the mid, especially if they know you can't shoot a 3 as well as other players. So the game gets so much closer and tighter that it's more difficult for a player like DeRozan to score. Just like it became really difficult for Giannis to do Giannis things because he's not a shooter per se. He started his 3-point shot has improved, but that's why the Raptors won, because eventually the issue in the playoffs is unless you're a center like Shaq, you have to be able to shoot.
Multiple people are saying Bradley Beal to the Lakers. What do you feel about that? Bradley Beal to the Lakers. Bradley Beal could shoot the ball, but I don't think he's that guy to be able to lead the Lakers. This will be ironic. DeRozan is more of a better player than Bradley Beal. Seems like the only thing Bradley Beal has over DeRozan is a 3-point shot.
Yeah.
And Bradley Beal's a hothead. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, Sam got it right. I think Klay is a perfect fit for LeBron. I really want to see LeBron and Kawhi. That's what I want to see. I know that's an overpowered team, but I would really love to see LeBron and Kawhi.
I think someone's talking to you from Africa.
Oh, hello. I'm from Ghana. How you doing?
He said he resides in Ireland, and he says, greetings, brothers.
Hello, Mr. Mondi. I'm from Ghana. How you doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we got about six more minutes. You guys asked us about Bradley Beal. If you had to pick... Okay, so let me ask. This is a good question. If you had to pick between Bradley Beal and DeRozan to go to the Lakers, who are you picking? Bradley Beal or DeRozan? Write it down in the comment section right now. Bradley Beal or DeRozan?
Yeah, I think Ryoko, you had a good point. He led the Raps to the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 6. That's true.
So you have people saying DeRozan. So I'll keep count for DeRozan. You can keep count for Beal.
Okay, we
so
got one
DeRozan
for Beal.
2.
That's it.
Okay. Beal, so that's 2-2. And a better shooter. Somebody said Beal because LeBron needs a 3-point shooter. Another person said Beal. Another person said Beal. So it's like 7-2 Beal. 8-2 Beal. So most guys are saying another Beal. Goodness gracious.
So let me ask you a question. For all you guys who saying Beal, I'm not saying either way, but all you guys who saying Beal is, as I forgot who mentioned it before, do you think the Washington Wizards, not this season, but 2 seasons ago and 3 seasons ago, do you think they had a worse team than the Raptors? Because the Raptors always consistently made it farther in the playoffs.
And guess who was in the Raptors? DeRozan.
Yes.
So DeRozan was always making it further than Bradley Beal. And Bradley Beal had John Wall.
Yep.
And John Wall is better than Kyle Lowry. So let me ask you guys a question. If the Wizards had Bradley Beal and John Wall, how come the Raptors were making it considerable further than the Bucks? I mean, than the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think about Wizards in playoffs. It doesn't even register in my mind to say Wizards in playoffs. So
Wow.
that's a question to you guys. DeRozan has always made it further than Bradley Beal. DeRozan made the playoffs this year in the Western Conference, and Bradley Beal couldn't even make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. And DeRozan has finished top 5 in MVP voting before.
True.
Bradley Beal has not. Bradley Beal to me is an overglorified role player or starter. An overglorified starter. That's what I think Bradley Beal is. He isn't that guy, but if he's playing with LeBron, maybe he can help him get his game up a little bit. I never was really, I don't know. It's just personally my opinion on that. Overall, the Raptors were better, and KC was better than Brooks. So he's saying that the wait a minute, KC wasn't the coach of the Raptors back then. He was the coach of the Pistons. He was the coach of the Raptors. Then he got screwed over, and now he's the coach of the Pistons. And he might get fired, but he did make an A seed. So yeah. That's the Spurs, though. That's not a fair comparison. But the Spurs weren't even supposed to make the playoffs.
Yeah, the Spurs lost their starting point guard. Like, the
Yeah.
Spurs had injury problems, so I would say that's not a fair comparison. What? The Nuggets was a 2 seed
And
versus
they
a 7
took him
seed.
far.
Yeah.
So I would actually say that's a fair comparison. And the fact that this man took him that far is a blessing, because they were not supposed to make the playoffs at all. But DeRozan, Rudy Gay, LaMarcus Aldridge, them guys made the playoffs. Somebody said DeRozan is better than Beal, but Beal is the better shooter. And that's a good point. Beal is the better shooter,
Yeah.
and you need a shooter.
But
So-
DeRozan, I feel DeRozan's better. And maybe because I don't get to see Beal score much because Wall is setting him up, and it's not as much as DeRozan creating his own baskets. So maybe Beal actually has some parts of his game that we haven't seen, but Harris and Danny Green, for what? No, I don't agree with that.
That's mad role player-ish.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I mean, Danny Green could shoot the heck out the ball, though.
Who plays better defense, Beal or DeRozan? I feel like people know DeRozan for his defense. I've never really heard of people saying Beal's a great defense.
I never looked at anybody in the face that told me Bradley Beal is a great defensive player. It's never happened before. That's just my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, Bradley Beal, yeah. But guys, we got 1 more minute left. Any last questions before we head out of here? We will be covering the finals tomorrow. If anybody has any questions, I see guys are saying what's up to me. How you guys doing? Everybody on this chat in the description box, my friend's YouTube channel is in the description box. Go on there and subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, if you want business tips, business advice, how to run a business, how to build a brand, you can find that all on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, so just subscribe to him, support my boy, and
True.
we will be covering the NBA Finals tomorrow.
Ryoko got some great points. Majin Ryoko, please spell out how to say your name because I want to say it right the next time.
Majin Ryoko.
Ryoko,
Yeah.
Some good points.
Somebody said I need to start selling merch.
I got him. We're gonna get him some merch so he'll start selling. We'll get him some shirts. What type of things would you like from him? What type of merch would you buy?
Raptors in 5. You said it right. He said you said it right.
Oh, thank you. Majin Ryoko.
All right, so guys, we have about 30 seconds, and
I have the Warriors winning Game 5. I think the pressure's going to mount. I think the Warriors going to come in, and they're going to light it up.
he said nothing generic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, anyways, guys, y'all make sure to follow him on YouTube or subscribe to him.
Yeah.
The description box has his YouTube channel. Y'all make sure to subscribe to him, man.
I think Curry's going to get between 25 and 35. But I think Klay is going to really come out and drop enough. He may not have as good a game as before, but he's going to drop enough that I think Klay's going to be the difference maker.
All right, y'all. I am out of here. Y'all make sure to drop a like.